Hi everybody, I'm Jen with Caketastic Cakes, and I'm going to be making a shoo-fly pie. This is more of a, from what I understand, a Pennsylvania recipe, a Dutch recipe kind of, Amish recipe maybe even, I don't know, but I got it from my mom and I want one, so I'm going to make it. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to start by making a pie crust. I have been made aware that I don't do it right, but it comes out as a pie crust and I can eat it. So, you know, this is how I do it. Do it better than me. I'll say that. You start with 1.5 cups of flour. To add a 1/2 cup of Crisco. You, of course, can use your own pie crust recipe if you have one that you like. It doesn't have to be a Crisco one. You could do a butter one, whatever. Go buy one from the store. It doesn't matter as long as there's a crust, right? There we go, 1/2 cup. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I don't normally put salt in my baked stuff just because I like it sweet. But it says to do it here, so I do it. I don't mess around with the doughs. And then fork it. This is my granny fork that I've had forever, and I use it specifically for pie crusts and nothing else. So I'm just kind of forking and pressing it into the sides to mix it together, and this is going to be a few minutes. And once you've got crumbs that kind of look like this, just kind of crumbly mess, some are bigger, it doesn't matter, that's fine. You're going to add about 4 tablespoons of cold water. I put a little dish with ice in it to make it really cold, and you might start with want to start with 3. I usually always end up doing 4 anyway, so I'm just going to put the 4 in. And then lightly mix it together, and it'll start to really kind of congeal and stick to itself. And I like to take these off, all that loose stuff at the bottom in there too. So I handle it. Okay, when you're ready to turn it out, you know, when it's together enough. So when you're happy enough with it, put some flour down on your counter so it doesn't stick. Turn it out and then roll it out. You might need a little bit on top so it doesn't stick to your rolling pin, but you know, like whatever. All right, I'm calling it good. I'm going to use this to lift up my crust because I have it and I can. If you don't have it, then you just have to do the best you can. Go carefully and lay it in your pie plate. This was a terrible lay. There we go. That's better. I'm going to cut off the extra at the top along the edge. And there we go. Boom, baby. Okay, now I'm going to make the crumbs for the pie right now. So I've got 2/3 cup of brown sugar. It's packed, in it goes. I'm going to add a tablespoon of Crisco. This is a very Crisco heavy recipe, it seems. And I've never made this before, so this is new to me as well. Oh, baby. Now I'm going to add a cup of flour because we are making crumbs. And just mix it together. Making crumbs again. All right, so I have the oven preheated to 375, which I never bothered mentioning. And I finished forking up the brown sugar and flour and a little bit of Crisco into basically, you know, cinnamon sugar. That's what it looks like. You're going to take what you made here and take a half cup of it and put the half cup aside. That's going to be for later. The rest of this is going to go into the filling, which I'm making right now. So I've got water boiling. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of boiling water. Make sure whatever you measure it into doesn't break or that you have it measured properly to begin with. Okay. So I got 3/4 of a cup boiling water. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So 1 teaspoon, yes, 1 teaspoon of baking soda into your boiling water. And then you're going to do a cup of molasses. Make sure you get the good molasses. Don't get the black strap stuff. That's for cattle and horses. It's not as sweet. It's not as good. Okay, and you're going to need a lot because this is a molasses pie. Okay, so 1 cup of molasses right into your water. And make sure you get it all in there. All right, and now we're going to add 1 egg. Crack it into a separate dish. And then you're going to beat it before you put it in there. And then combine it all in your soup, your molasses soup you're making. You're gonna feel the difference when it all kind of mixes together. Like you could feel, I could feel the blob of molasses sitting at the bottom, but now it's nice and, you know, you can see the difference it's making here. There's our egg mixing in. It's changing color, it's turning pretty. And now as far as those crumbs, these crumbs, we're gonna stir in everything. Now, as far as the crumbs, we're gonna stir in these crumbs that we have. We have our half a cup that we're keeping to the side, so these go in. And you're gonna mix them in. This gives you some density, gives a little volume, gives something for the eggs to help give structure to. And make sure you mix it up, because if you don't, you're gonna end up with chunks. And you don't want chunks of, well, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing. It'd be chunks of cinnamon and or brown sugar and flour. We're going to pour it into the crust. Okay, so you just pour it in. And it's so pretty, and it smells so nice. All right. And then you take your cup that you reserved and kind of sprinkle it on the top. And then gonna bake it at 375 for 10 minutes, and then you're gonna drop the temperature down to 350 and give it another 35 to 45 minutes, depending on, you know, your oven, your elevation, all that good happy stuff they always talk about. Okay, and then it should be done. So this is gonna go in the oven for 10 minutes at 375 and then 350 degrees for another 35, 45 minutes. So we'll see. So my pie baked for 35 minutes, not the 45, and I forgot to rotate it halfway through. I don't have a convection oven, so it overbaked on one side more than the other, but this little crispy part is delicious, and I think it came out great. So I hope you try this recipe.
So I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe because it helps me out as well. I've got a lot of other videos out there and recipes, so be sure to check them out. And if you see me having used any tools or supplies you could use, if you check the link in the description below, it'll take you to my Amazon shop and it'll be able to help you out. And as always, thanks for watching Caketastic Cakes.